You know, the current economic crisis is creating an interesting conundrum in the IT industry. And the reason I say that is because when there's a crisis, the immediate response of an organization that is suffering as a result of the crisis is to reduce cost. And despite the fact that IT is a fairly small part of the overall cost structure inside an organization, IT is inevitably one of the first areas that an organization looks to cut cost. And that tends to focus on things like perhaps their maintenance costs, their infrastructure costs, even considering things like outsourcing, insourcing. Some recent research done by McKinsey, though, says that if an organization takes this opportunity to actually look at improving revenue and improving capability of the IT function, that has the opportunity to be 10 times more effective than simply reducing costs in IT. The current environment that some of the organizations we've been working with, they've taken the opportunity to truly understand how they can use IT in this existing environment to not only improve revenue. By that I mean looking at things like revenue leakage in the telco sector through different pricing models is a great example. Looking at improving the end-to-end capability of processes across their organization. So where are the gaps in those processes that are today costing the organization money through either revenue leakage or excess cost? Third side of it is the capability of the business to utilize IT in its current form. And what I mean by that is that today we're coming off the back end of an environment where there has been money and there's been growth, so therefore a fair amount of investment has gone into IT over the last 5 to 6 years following the dot-com era. And how is business today able to leverage off that investment to achieve greater return based on the requirements in this current economic environment, which are far more stringent? The alternative of simply reducing costs has a short-term impact on the organization and doesn't position the company for future growth as this market turns and as it will turn. We talk now today about green shoots of recovery, we talk about manufacturing starting to turn. Organizations that recognize that having the capability for IT to meet that growth through a very solid infrastructure are the ones that are today embracing SOA principles to drive the business forward as and when things turn. Moving forward, the role of IT and business in terms of the use of technology across an organization, the use of applications, etc., has the opportunity to become far more tightly integrated. If you look at the development of BPM as an example, business process management, there is an awful amount of opportunity, or incredible amount of opportunity today for IT and business to engage directly together in a coordinated approach to understand how we can use technology to achieve either a greater return, an improvement in processes, removal of waste inside an organization from on an end-to-end basis. I think as we move forward with the current technology environments that we have today, this networking capability, and by networking I mean social networking between the business and IT to deliver an outcome, is going to improve significantly. The opportunity now to bring both the business leaders and those that are responsible for delivering to the business leaders from an IT perspective into a single environment whereby there's joint responsibility, accountability for delivery of an outcome is dramatically improving both the effectiveness of IT and also the cost. And why I say the cost, because if we're able to involve the business in the early stages of delivery, what it essentially does is provides a very clear direction to the information technology guys about what it is that business wants to achieve. Traditionally, we've had this model whereby there's been a business need identified and the IT guys essentially gone away and worked on it in their own right to deliver back to the business a solution or a capability that the business was looking for. And what we've experienced is an awful amount of, friction in that process, driven through changing requirements, the time lag, the cost, etc. In using technology today, and the principles of SOA apply very strongly to this, through the use of things like business process management, BPM, what we're able to do is bring both IT and business very, very closely together where there's joint ownership and responsibility to achieve the outcomes. What that does is it removes any of the conflict in terms of misunderstanding. What it does is it drives a level of understanding inside the business of what it truly costs to deliver an IT solution. And thirdly, what it does is ensures that both units are able to adapt in real time to change rather than perhaps a 6-month time lag, which is more the traditional approach.